You'll be touched after finding out why this dog spends so much time under the scorching sun.
But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe to HappyWorld, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories.
This dog has been living life under the blazing sun his whole life. She behaves in a very uncommon manner, laying out in the sun instead of trying to hide away. Many rescue teams have taken a keen interest in her. When they finally rescued her, they uncovered a shocking reason for her strange behavior. The climate in Bakersfield, California resembles that of a desert, which translates to their summers being long and scorching while they get brief winter days. Every year, this place experiences 108 afternoons where the temperatures rise above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. They observe 2 days crossing 110 degrees Fahrenheit as well. Keeping all this in mind, Bakersfield is indeed a very hot place to live in. This type of extreme weather could most definitely affect an animal's health. Dogs usually suffer from deadly heat strokes as they're unable to sweat off the blazing temperature. Their only ways to get rid of the heat is through their nose and tongue, and sometimes panting helps. But the fur they're covered in isn't ideal for such a type of heat. Therefore, many pet owners restrict how long or how much they expose them to the sun. Many dogs don't have a choice to stay off the sun. In summer 2015, a local residing in Bakersfield grew concerned as one dog was heavily exposed to the outdoors. The temperature was as high as 100 degrees, but the dog never seemed to mind. The dog would go to a nearby irrigation to quench her thirst. Then she takes a quick swim to cool herself off. The rest of the day, the pooch would remain basked in the sun, bare and raw. She never even seemed to find a way out of the sun. The people who saw the dog eventually called No Kill Kern for help. This dog rescue organization makes an effort to save dogs from kill shelters, finding them adopters. When they contacted them, they expressed keen interest in trying to help the heat-burdened dog. When the No Kill Kern crew reached the desert, they were very puzzled as to why the dog kept running to the dried areas of the field. They made a decision to follow the dog on its journey and soon found out why, and it was far from anything they'd ever expected. We had to figure out why she kept returning to that spot, so we slowly approached, a post on No Kill Kern's website said. That's when we saw the body of another dog who'd been struck down by a car, badly decomposed, but almost every piece remained. She was guarding her fallen friend. The loyalty of this dog shone through as it didn't want to leave her friend, even if the heat was affecting her health. The rescue team then decided that it was time to help the poor dog have a new life. However, it was going to be very tough. The task became truly difficult. It was one of the hardest rescues I've ever been a part of, said a rescuer. When we saved this dog, we didn't have a dog trap. Everything would have to be freehand in a field in the middle of nothing with miles for her to run in each direction. Even after 3 days, the team was still unsuccessful in capturing the dog. They finally decided to lure the dog using her emotions. While she was away drinking water, the team moved the remains of her companion into a neighbor's backyard. The dog then suspected that something was wrong and after 12 hours snuck into the yard to find her friend. As soon as she fell asleep, they captured her. They could finally get her on a leash and finally she was caught. They gave her a name, Hachika, after Hachiko, a famously loyal Japanese dog who didn't know that his master had died and waited 9 years for his return. They have a good guess that the remains would be a problem to dispose of, but they came up with a conclusion at last. Hachika was taken to a vet and was healthy, so the No Kill Kern members had her spayed and placed her into foster care. After all this, she was ready to begin a new life, but what about her friend? The rescue team wanted to celebrate Hachika's loyalty. Her friend's bones were collected and cremated. They kept the ashes in a small trinket for the two to remain with one another. Now Hachika could carry her friend with her wherever she went. No Kill Kern explained that the option to leave Hachika's companion was never there. We owe it to this dog to see that they're taken care of, the organization posted on their social media. We couldn't leave the remains in the field, that was her best friend. She didn't leave them, so how could we? Hachika went on to become one of the most active and happy dogs there are. Hachika never fails to provide us with a huge grinning face and thousands of moments of pure joy, read an update on the No Kill Kern Facebook post back in 2015. We couldn't be more pleased to have her safely in our care. She's being fostered by one of our amazing friends and never falls short in displaying her amazing intelligence to us, he further explained. This girl's awesome and her loyalty to her friend shows us that no matter what happens, we can always keep smiling. Hachika made some new friends ultimately. A family that had 2 dogs adopted the pup, and although Hachika received a home, even the family got something in return. They gained a new friendship that would go on to show loyalty that even death couldn't take away.